before I get into my speech, I'm going to talk a little bit about a little history about myself. So, going back 8 or 9 years, I was just kind of a so-and-so kid. I did the bare minimum until my uncle took me to a car show. He took me to a couple, and they kind of interested me a little. And it wasn't until one that I really got hooked on. One of these car shows basically got to take one of the company cars. Got to see a bunch of cars, got to meet a lot of good people. And at the end of it, when my uncle did, he had the car at the standstill and floored it. Now, I don't know how many of you have been to Knott's Berry Farm and been on an accelerator. Raise your hands. Okay, so it was a lot like that, except with, you could smell the rubber, you could smell the exhaust, and you could hear the engine roar. It's exciting. If you're not into that, just stick to roller coasters. But anyway, so my speech today is going to be, it'll be going over classic car culture and how much of an impact it made on me because of the people who make up classic car culture. So my cultural artifact is this ratchet and socket right here. So this kind of symbolizes not only motorsports and manufacturing or industry, but it kind of also represents like hard work that people put in, hours and hours of wrenching away at something. And also symbolizes a little of, I suppose you could say, the engineering aspect of car culture. All right, it's applying mathematics and science and creating something incredible out of it, just making your dreams come true, basically. And the people who basically make up car culture, mostly it's not like other motorsports, because obviously because of car culture, because of cars, not too many people like these cars. But you have a couple here and there like me, my age, but the majority is older men, but who live by older values. Like, you respect other people's property, you look out for one another. And that kind of made a very big influence on me. And my uncle, he's been in the business going on 30 years and more. So he surrounded himself with good people who not only became my friends as well, but also my mentors, and hopefully my friends' mentors as well. How did all this affect me? I never really had a mentor. I never had a teacher per se. Sometimes my parents, they would teach me a couple of principles, a couple of morals, that Austin, you should live by this, Austin, you should live by that. But I never got a true understanding, I suppose, of something that I can apply to everything. And it was the first time where I began to open my eyes and get a really good work ethic and understand that if you put effort into something, you always get a reward. So that was the first thing. Sometimes I had to learn things the hard way. I remember another car show. We were done looking at all the cars and we were about to go home. My uncle was on the phone. For some reason, I decided to lean on a tailgate of one of our friend's trucks. It was a 37 Ford. Really, really beautiful. It had all these trophies. It had a picture on a magazine and all that. And while he was on the phone, he said, "Hey, get off of there." It was the first and the last time that he ever yelled at me. So obviously, whoa. So after he's done with this call, he took me off to the side and said, "Okay, the reason why I yelled at you is because that person, he put hundreds of hours of work into it, a lot of money. He made a lot of sacrifices for it. So just respect other people's property." And automatically, no, I got it. So I like to kind of wrap this up. Basically with the speech, so I talked about classic car culture. I talked about a little bit about this tool and what it may represent, and also things that you can tie to it. I talked a little bit about my own background and also how this culture changed myself for the better, and hopefully it'll keep changing me. Maybe if I build a family, it can also change them as well for the better. And to finish all this off, I like to recite a quote. Usually it's misquoted by Mark Twain, but it's actually by a man, H. Jackson Brown Jr., from a book he wrote in the 90s called P.S. I Love You. 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones that you did so. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, and explore, dream, and discover. Thank you.